whether the elite liked it or not, the 99ers appeared out of nowhere during Tampa's Republican National Convention. Can't tell you what some protesters were told to bring with them, but it proved a riot anyway. OWS Week has had a busy 7 days, also covering Occupy the Midwest Conference in Detroit with the theme Another World is Possible, and Women's Equality Day in the Big Apple. Then a trip across the land to shed light on LAPD oppression and harassment of homeless and occupiers, among many, many other 99er protests. We're unstoppable. All day, all week, Occupy Wall Street is a 99er chant unheard of a year ago. Media and political pundits predicted an early fade, but the words still reverberate across the planet. The people mean, and more importantly, do what they say, one way or another. The past 7 days have been no exception. Occupy Our Homes and Occupy DC started the week with another action aimed at saving Deborah Harris's home. Ms. Harris is a disabled former paramedic who lost her home's title because of J.P. Morgan's unethical business practices and has been struggling against her foreclosure and eviction ever since. She is not alone. Millions of Americans are in the same situation, and advocates have activated across the country to assist them. Banks got bailed out, we got sold out is not an empty slogan. It's about real families turned out on the streets.
Always fight for your rights. We're supposed to be a country where you can stand up and speak for your rights. Why let the banks take that which is rightfully yours? Stand up. It doesn't take but a little strength. If you stand up, other people will stand for you. What the thing is about, when you don't stand up for yourself, nobody will help you. When I started speaking up and standing up and crying, God sent people from all over the world to help me. So my thing is to the world, speak, fight. Even if you don't win, fight. Don't let nobody take nothing from you.
Occupy Ontario, California staged a protest on August 21st to welcome a new Chase Bank branch to their town, saying the bank has repeatedly violated the Federal Service Members' Civil Relief Act of 1942, which shields deployed military personnel from financial stress. Protesters pointed out that Chase has overcharged roughly 6,000 active duty personnel on their mortgages, not to mention illegally foreclosing and evicting them. Chase has had to return some of the homes taken illegally, and occupiers intend to keep the pressure on until the mega bank is brought to justice for its role in the financial meltdown of late 2007. Portland, Oregon 99ers traveled to Vancouver, Washington for a meet and greet with the Postmaster General at a postal carrier convention. Portland Communities and Postal Workers United were there to protest postal service cuts and closures across the country, an issue virtually unreported by corporate media, but emphatically highlighted by Occupy alliances as another turning of the screw on poor and rural areas. One of the ongoing stories in Los Angeles, California is oppression of homeless people and occupiers at Pershing Square by LAPD and private security purple shirts. Authorities have spent a lot of time harassing and filming human beings who have no place to go and people exercising freedom of speech and assembly on the commons. Depopulating Pershing Square is not a new concept to LA. The square used to be called Central Park and provided shady, people-friendly gathering areas and shelter to people from all walks of life. The square has always had a speaker's corner where free expression was routine, despite repeated attempts by business groups and politicians to suppress it. Music, conversation, and socializing in the public park remains buoyant, despite 6 decades of efforts by powerful entities whose names change but whose tactics have not. Occupy LA is taking a stand there for the homeless and voiceless who have nowhere to go.
The purpose of the gathering, probably twofold. One is to just share ideas, network, build relationships, and the other would be to kind of strategize and do some visioning work together as far as where we want to see the movement go.
August 23rd through August 26th saw the second Occupy the Midwest conference in Detroit. 4 days of regional coordination, direct action planning, and community building centered around the theme of another world is possible, and showcased participants' ideas to improve the world, better communities, and inspire citizens' initiatives. Facing up to the failure of outdated systems has led to a demand for new and improved ones that meet financial, ethical, physical, and mental health requirements. Detroit, Michigan was chosen for the conference for 2 reasons: despair and hope. Detroit has been hard hit by the Great Recession triggered by the 2007 collapse and bailout of the banking system. Mortgage foreclosures and evictions have added empty houses to an alarming number of abandoned buildings and crumbling neighborhoods. But there is vibrant activism in Detroit, making it an internationally viewed urban laboratory. Self-sustaining, do-it-yourself projects such as growing fresh food on vacant lots and rebuilding dilapidated houses highlight a path outside of the government, corporate, and consumer-based economy.
I am Bobby Rasmussen. I currently live in Satsuma, that's in Putnam County, Florida, but I'm a Dade City, Florida native. Having lived in Tampa 25 years, we are here for the RNC, and we have tickets to the Trop for all the fun is. Don't tell Florida delegation I'm skipping out on Innisbrook tonight. I'll catch them another day because I love my Florida people, but they'll all be here at the Trop anyway, so see y'all there.
Okay, I'm Pete Rutherford. This is Jack Carrier. We're at 1010 Central in St. Pete. And we are standing here watching all the excitement from the Republican convention, the party that's going to be here tonight. Great. And it's not very exciting, unless you like buses.
What do you think of all of these fences that they've put up?
Well, they're interesting. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, we live in Sarasota, so we just come here on the weekend, but it was really, when we came in here, it was really kind of disheartening to look out and see the barbed wire and the fences and all of the concrete barriers and everything like that.
We hope this isn't the sign of the future police state or something.
I don't know why it's necessary, but we have sheriffs on bicycles and horseback and everywhere. And I don't see many protesters here.
Don't see any, and this is so well blocked with barbed wire fences and everything. I don't know how they're going to get in there if they get here.
Yeah.
One of those things.
Yeah.
So we'll just stand here out of the rain and watch the buses for a while.
Yeah.
Great.
Till we get too hungry.
Another type of convention begins down south in Florida on August 27th, and activists from all over the country started showing up Saturday to usher in the Republican National Convention. Hurricane Isaac was heading there too, but nothing could dampen 99er enthusiasm.
That said, the weather is not working in our favor, but we will be wet, we will be angry, but we'll still be here. While the Republicans hide away in fear, we will be here tomorrow to oppose their agenda of poverty, war, and hate. Together, we will push a people's agenda with demands for good jobs, healthcare, affordable education, equality, and peace. We have nowhere else to be. Tomorrow we'll be in the streets. We're sick and tired of the systematic attacks of the Republican and 1% agenda. People are tired of being unemployed and without health care. People are tired of being homeless. People are tired of the racist attacks on African Americans and immigrants. We say government money be used for human needs, not wars overseas and corporate greed. And with that, people from around the country will be here tomorrow. And with regards to the weather, we're taking the necessary precautions for safety and weighing an option for a rally indoors at a location to be determined. That said, we're still going to be here tomorrow and we're marching on the RNC.
Code Pink held a convergence and activist training camp to help prepare protesters for major actions during the convention. A fundraising concert was held along with the Death of Democracy March to protest the stranglehold on First Amendment rights. A community vigilant march on the RNC kickoff party provided testimony of 99ers as to suffering of ordinary Americans caused by the recession and prolonged by the reckless greed of the 1%.
Well, we're a manufacturer, so we sell to a lot of people. So as far as doing a retail store, this is just temporary for us.
Oh, okay.
We're usually behind the scenes, but because we're based here, we just decided to open a couple stores.
Okay.
Because as you can see, there's not many people out selling stuff.
Right.
Yeah, so like when Obama for his inauguration, we were there with trucks and we would sell to all the vendors.
So you sell all kinds of different things. You don't necessarily just sell stuff for the GOP.
No, we're neutral. We're whatever you like. You want to be 99, that's fine. You're Obama, Republican, it's all good. We just have fun with it. That's what we say, right? We're all supposed to be on the same team. Just got to figure out that a red, white, and blue boa is not offensive to anyone. I don't think, is it?
I'm sure for some people.
So someone would have an issue with it? Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
Maybe,
People against color blue. There's a group out there that doesn't like blue, I know it.
Well, thanks.
Sure. This is a media safe haven. We've got air conditioner. So, come in. Usually we're drinking at night, so you can, relax.
Okay. Thanks.
The weekend's events were staged by occupiers from several cities in tandem with many activist organizations and provided a preview of coming attractions to be held during the convention's run from the 27th to the 30th.
I'm here from the United States Palestinian Community Network in Chicago to add our voice to the millions in this country who are disgusted with the Republican agenda of attacking the poor, the working class, immigrants, women, and other oppressed peoples. As a Palestinian American specifically, my community has been devastated by the policy of never-ending war on Arab and Muslim worlds. Millions dead in Iraq, continued war on Afghanistan, and threats from Romney that he would intervene in Syria and even Iran. In addition, the war at home has criminalized and terrorized Arabs and Muslims since September 11th. We're spied upon, our leaders arrested, our organization shut down.
So we have decided to join not only the coalition to march on the RNC, but many of us will be protesting the Democratic National Convention in Charlotte, North Carolina. These parties will continue to oppress us unless we take a stand. Yesterday, the coalition went around the community flyering and introducing ourselves to everyone around us. We also waved a banner here at Perry Harvey Senior Park, and we have been overall receiving very positive feedback. Everybody's tired of the oppression caused by the parties of the 1%, so they have been very supportive of everything that we've been telling them that we stand for. And that is good jobs, healthcare, affordable education, equality, and peace. So no matter what, the Coalition to March on the RNC will be here tomorrow, and we will be demanding good jobs, healthcare, affordable education, equality, and peace.
Massive militarization of police and homeland security forces, including reported release of prisoners from a jail to house projected arrests of protesters, have not deterred this gathering of concerned citizens.
We're going to march tomorrow to say no to war, to say bring all the troops home now. We're going to tell this party, and then in a week, the United National Anti-War Coalition is going to join the folks in Charlotte to tell that party that we want all those troops home now. We want that money, the $1 trillion a year, to go for all the things that are on this banner. Good jobs, healthcare, quality education, and of course, peace.
and equality.
Tie your shoe.
My name is Russell Sampson, and I own and operate Arctic Ice Company here in Tampa, Florida. And we've been contracted through some artists that wanted to come here and do this display as a piece of art and kind of a message to show everybody that the middle class is pretty much melting away, and it's just kind of a little bit of a statement to make, but it is a piece of art. And that's what it's meant to be. It's supposed to be artistic. And
how long do you anticipate it will take for this to melt away?
It took us about 2 hours to construct it, maybe just a little bit more than 2, just to get all the equipment set up and get the ice leveled out and set up. A lot of it was done up ahead of time. Some of it we did here on site. And we anticipate probably this lasting maybe about 6 hours or so to completely melt away in this.
And you're using artificial heat also to expedite the process, or just to illuminate it?
No, that's just to illuminate it.
Okay.
I think in the past when this has been done, it's been done in some of the other northern states where the heat and the humidity was maybe not quite as much of an issue. And I think they probably anticipated setting it up at this time to hopefully have it be still kind of there, melting away when it gets dark out, and the lights help kind of illuminate it. And it changes a lot with the light.
How much ice was used to construct this?
About 2,500 pounds.
Sure you did. I'm like, where's people?
What charity do these
Well, you know, our main objective is to involve as many people as possible in sending a big message out to the entire world through the various, you know, media that's going to be here. And our big message is that we want to demand good jobs, affordable education, healthcare, equality, and peace. And these are basically everything that the Republican Party hates. And we're here to march and demand these things for all people, and to say that we want people over profits, and we want money for human needs, not for corporate greed.
99%! We are 99%!
Hey, hey, ho, ho, the GOP has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, the GOP has got to go.
Sleet or snow, to defend the dream of working families and all oppressed people everywhere. Money for human needs, not corporate greed.
Do me a favor and say and spell your name for me.
Michael Sampson, M-I-C-H-A-E-L-S-A-M-P-S-O-N.
Do we need that?
We're so honored and grateful to be part of this tremendous, powerful coalition, which is saying that it's time that our government prioritize people over profits. And we're here with 3 messages for the GOP this week. And the first one is the overarching issue of money in politics. This is the most expensive election in U.S. history. And we know that all of our issues can't have success if we continue to prioritize corporate donations to candidates.
My name is Dustin Ponder, and I work in town for a package delivery company. I'm a union member, and I've come out because the message of supporting America that has good jobs, affordable education, health care, equality and peace resonated with me. You know, I don't think the agenda put forward by the parties of the 1% is doing anything for me, my family, my friends, my neighborhood. And I think this convention is just a sort of celebration of the policies of the 1%. So I wanted to come have my voice heard, and I live in Temple Terrace, so, you know, I want to say these people aren't welcome in my community and their message isn't welcome here.
Does that mean we give up? American civil society must protect our rights. Not only to protect our own rights and those of our neighbors, but to safeguard the common good that we have been entrusted with. Committed to justice and freedom as people who are willing to leave behind the safety of our lives and to stand with violence into our lives. Let us recognize Dr. King's words that the arc of the moral universe pray and we say, enough!
We know, we're the billionaires. We want the money. We want more of the money. We want more of the money.
They're the rich people.
That's right. That's exactly right. Yeah.
Wow.
So what happens to the world?
Rough overview.
Right here.
Or where's there?
We have info packets that are going to be at Wikipedia.
We wind up coverage of the week with Sunday's National Day of Action for Women's Equality in New York City, a day which found women and their allies taking to the streets of cities across the country in defense of women's rights. August 26th commemorates the 1920 passage of the 19th Amendment, giving women the right to vote. Winning the right to vote was an important victory, but the struggle for full equality continues, and the National Day of Action was called to honor the women who fought for the rights some take for granted. The point was made in this action that many women voted for President Obama believing he would stand up for women's rights. But he has compromised with anti-choice forces on many occasions, and women's reproductive rights continue to be slashed at the state level. Politicians are tirelessly convening and concocting new ways to attack women's rights, so the call went out to come together in the streets to stand up and fight back on the eve of political conventions in which corporate lobbyist interests hold more power than the rights and well-being of citizens.